Good afternoon, all of you. I am Sweet Vijay Kumar, our computer lecturer. Today, I want to discuss about cloud computing technologies, and the chapter 3 here is cloud computing technologies. So, we have to know about the technologies offered by cloud computing. Okay, from today, we will discuss about those topics. Okay, there are certain technologies which are working behind the cloud computing platforms, making the cloud computing so flexible, reliable, usable. The technologies are virtualization, service-oriented architecture, grid computing, utility computing. What are the technologies? Are flexible, reliable, and usable. The number one concept is the number one technology is the first technology is virtualization. The second one is service-oriented architecture. The third one is grid computing. The fourth one is utility computing. So let us discuss about these topics. At first, seeing virtualization, we have to know what is virtuality. At first, we have to know what is virtuality. Virtuality means what? Virtual means imagination, imagine. That is in Telugu so called as Brahma. Brahma. So, uh, in normal, virtualization means it is a technique which allows to share single physical instance of an application among multiple organizations or tenants or customers. Tenants are so-called customers. Customers are known as tenants. Okay, customers are known as clients. Customers are known as tenants. Okay, virtualization is a technique which allows to share single physical instance of an application or resource among multiple organization or tenants. That means what? If a particular organization contains a physical instance of an application or develops an application or contains any resource, and organization wants to use that or app or resource, okay, then that one particular organization sends the particular resources and software or apps to the multiple organizations which are in need to use them. So there they are maybe any organizations or customers or so-called tenants. So it does so by assigning a logical name to a physical resource and providing a pointer to that physical resource when demanded. So how it can be used? It's it it does so assigning a logical name to a physical resource. Logical name assigning a logical name to a physical resource and providing a pointer to the physical resource when demanded. Okay, if depending upon the particular pointer field, the particular physical resource will be called by the organization. So the company offers or organization offers this facility. So just see the particular picture shown here. Okay, here there is a virtualized cloud model. Okay, the just see the virtual machine, the first virtual machine in that there is application and operating system, and the second see the second virtual machine, it also contains application and operating system, and the third one also contains virtual machine also contains application and system. So these are all under virtual infrastructure. These are all comes under virtual cloud model. So virtual infrastructure may be used for any virtual machine or network, and storage also can be utilized by any organization. Okay, one company offers these facilities, and the multiple companies or organizations or customers can use the particular network and use virtual interface or virtual infrastructure or apps Okay, dynamically through the virtual machines, through the virtual machines. So this is known as virtualized cloud model. Okay, the multi-tenant architecture offers virtual isolation among the multiple tenants, and therefore the organization can use the customized application as so they each have its own instance running. So that already we told, I tell that the particular organization offers some features and virtual isolation among the multiple tenants, and therefore they all use the particular applications, the particular applications. Next, the second point is the second technology is service oriented architecture. What is service oriented architecture? What is meant by service oriented architecture? Let us take a look on that. Service oriented architecture means it helps to use applications as a service for other applications, regardless the type of vendor, product, or technology. Okay, irrespective of vendor, irrespective of product, irrespective of technology, the applications are shared as a service, okay, to the multiple organizations in this technology. So therefore it is possible to exchange data between applications of different vendors without additional programming or making changes to services. So as usually, as it is the data, as it is the particular app, as it is the particular software will be, okay, which is offered by the some company, will be, okay, generated or sent to the particular organizations which are in need to use it. So they cannot they no need to, okay, exchange, they no need to do additional programming, they no need to make changes to the particular services. Okay, cloud computing service oriented architecture is shown below. Just see that particular architecture. This is cloud based service oriented architecture. Okay, in this service oriented architecture, just see that, okay, uh, just see from below, just see the below part is desktop authorizing tier, three tier architecture we know, two tier architecture we know, client server architecture like that. So tier means different phases or different builds. So desktop authorizing tier is there. From the desktop authorizing tier, all the service published services will be shared to the databases or globally, or any mobiles or smartphones or any LAN, any networks. Now, those may be catalog services, those may be globe services, those may be map services, those may be locator services. These are all comes under service server public publishing tier. From the desktop authorizing tier, the particular data will be sent to server publishing tier. After that, there is an integration platform. So any mobile user or any 2D 3D GIS applications or any business applications, okay, should be subscripted before using them, before using them. So computing technology, you in that cloud computing technology there is a service oriented architecture. The service oriented architecture technology, depending upon the cloud, offers the particular products or offers a particular apps, or offers the particular apps like mobile applications, 2D, two dimensional, three dimensional JS applications, business applications, overall, okay, will be organized and maintained by the particular organization. Okay, will be available to any organization or any customer. But before using them, okay, we have to, or that particular organization or that particular persons have to them subscribe them. Okay, they can access the data from the platform integration platform. So that is that is comes under subscription type. These are all service oriented architecture contains the types like desktop authorizing type, and the second one is service publishing type, server publishing type. After that, the third one is subscription type. Subscription type entirely belongs to the customer or a particular organization which wants to use the particular services offered by the okay uh, uh, particular organization. Okay, next on the next one is the next thing or the next technology. Grid computing is a powerful computing which refers to distributed computing in which a group of computers from multiple locations are connected with each other to achieve common objective. For doing a single or for reaching a single goal or task, the computers which are in various places should be connected collectively and effectively at once at a time. So the particular service, the particular result will be quickly returned. Okay? These computer resources are heterogeneous and geographically dispersed. Okay, the distributed computing in which a group of computers from multiple locations are connected with each other to achieve. So the common objective will be achieved by connecting all these computers collectively. All these computers collectively. Okay. Uh, yeah, collectively. Okay. So grid computing refers to distributed computing in which a group of computers from are connected with each other to achieve common objective. These computer resources are heterogeneous and geographically dispersed. Grid computing breaks complex tasks into smaller pieces. Okay, by using a grid computing, by using grid computing, a large task, a large task, a large size of task. Okay, will be fragmented into pieces. Will be partitioned into small. These smaller pieces are those that resides within the grid. These small pieces are distributed to CPUs. Okay? All these small pieces are distributed to CPUs that reside within the grid. So all these small pieces are available to CPU, which is in the which is under the grid computing. So just to see the particular figure shown in this diagram, there are databases and supercomputers and personal computers and laptops. All these use the particular services and systems offered by the grid computing at a time. So the database can store the data and send the data. Okay, and the supercomputers use the particular data in the grid computing, and the laptops can share the data and implement the data, and the supercomputers also implement the data, and the database also store the data and organize the data, and the PCs also from PCs also from laptops also from supercomputers also the particular persons are the particular organizations implement the same thing, same task at a time, and all the data will be stored in that particular databases effectively while using grid computing. Okay, the last one is the last technology is utility computing. What is it? Utility computing. What is meant by utility computing? What is meant by computing. Utility means utilizing, using. Utility computing is based on pay per use model. Pay per use model. So if we want to, in general, if we want to use any particular software or app or something online, we have to, at first we have to buy or subscript or purchase that product, and after that only the particular product will be available, and all the features of it will be available, okay, for us, unless there is a trial version also available, but many of the features are not available, are not usual, are not uh, offered by the particular trial version. So it offers computational resources on demand as a matter service. Okay, cloud computing, grid computing, and managed IT services are based on the concept of utility computing. All these cloud computing technology, grid computing technology, and managed information technology services are entirely based upon the concept of utility computing. Utility, okay. So utility computing is the main task, okay, among all these technologies. So if we want to use any cloud technology, okay, surely we have to buy, or we have to subscribe, or we have to purchase that particular technology, or that particular software, or that particular app, like that. Okay. So thank you, one and all. Today uh, I discussed about the technologies offered by the computing technology. These are the very important technologies, okay, offered by the cloud computing technology. Unless these technologies, cloud computing technology is unable to process. Okay, so the certain things and the systems and services. So the technologies are virtualization, and the next one is service oriented architecture, and the next one is grid computing, and the last one is utility computing. Okay, among them, utility computing is more important because uh, if we want to use cloud computing technology or IT services or grid computing like that, okay, any of them, if we want to use, at first we have to subscribe or purchase, or we have to pay some amount using the particular type of technology. So thank you. Okay, just automatically the our lesson will be recorded into teaching it automatically. Okay, just see and read. Thank you, one and all.